channel. It's Christelle. I hope you're well. It's 2024. Happy New Year. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's time to start acting like it's the new year. You can't wait until the 1st. You just can't. I'm telling you right now to start now. Did I say be perfect now? No, I just said to start, and that's the key. It's always new year, new me. I come in for everything I deserve, all that. Because I am. If you know me from one of my monthly resets, then this is perfect for you, because this is going to be an inspirational but transparent but helpful video. I want us all to win. It's up, okay? And if it's up for me, you know it's going to be up for you. So you might as well be on the journey with me. Let's do it together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to get into how we're going to make 2024 our year. I don't care what the naysayers say, what the negative people on Twitter have to say, what anybody has to say. I believe in you. I believe in myself, and that's all that matters. So came up with 5 steps. We're going to reflect, plan, execute, persist, and document. And I'm just super excited to see the victories. It's my turn. It's our turn. It's about to be that time. So yeah, again, we have the 5 steps. Make sure you check out the chapters. Feel free to skip around. I think the whole video is beneficial, obviously, but super excited to have you here. And let's get into how we're making 2024 that year, our year, period. So the first step for how we're going to make 2024 our year is to reflect on 2023. You cannot go forward unless you look back a little bit. Now, it's like the analogy of the car. If you're driving, you're looking forward, obviously, but you have to occasionally check your rearview mirror. Nobody's telling you to drive forward and look back like this. You're going to crash if you do that. You don't want to do that. But you have to be checking. You have to look side to side occasionally. You don't need to be focused on other people's lanes. You need to focus on your lane, but occasionally you have to check and see, and you have to look in the rearview mirror a little bit. So before we go straight into 2024, I want us to reflect on 2023. Shameless plug, I also have a product for y'all. It's a reflection kit that helps you with reflecting over the year, journaling, releasing things that maybe you need to release, as well as setting the foundation and setting goals and habits and just visualizing your ideal day in the life in 2024. So if you want to check that product out, it will be linked in the description and maybe above if I can figure out a way to do that. So you can support me, you know, no pressure though. And I'm here giving you free game anyway, so just keep watching it. Reflection is key. We have to give ourselves grace. 2023 was hard for a lot of people. It might have been hard for you. I learned a lot. I had to unlearn a lot. I felt a lot. Things were very heavy for me this year at some points, and some of the people closest to me don't even realize all the things that I've been holding this year, and that really sucks. But reflecting on those things, reflecting on how I reacted in certain situations, just reflecting on the things I've also achieved. Our minds are kind of, well, at least for me, my mind tends to be so, the first default setting is to be against me or to root against myself, and that's something I really want to work on in the new year. But it's my mind can be my greatest enemy, so sometimes I don't even realize I've been winning. In my head is oh, you're not doing this, this is not enough, you're this, and it's all negative, when I realize, whoa, I'm winning, I'm inspiring, I've been doing things, I've been seeing progress, I'm achieving the things that I set out for myself, and sometimes I forget that. So make sure you're reflecting so that you can really have an overall picture of what you're doing. That can look however it can be a journal entry, it can be talking out loud in the car, or making yourself a video diary or an audio message. Reflect on 2023 before you try to plan for 2024. That's all I can say, because if you don't do that, you're not going to know how or what you need to focus on in the new year, you know? It needs to be a balance of giving yourself grace but applying pressure. I feel sometimes, it's always give yourself grace, give yourself grace. And I believe in that fully. One thing's about me, I'm gonna give myself grace, but sometimes when you're giving yourself too much grace, you don't apply pressure and things fall to the wayside. If you're giving too much pressure, you're gonna buckle under the pressure. But if it's too much grace, you're not gonna get anything done, you know? So find the balance. You need to take inventory of the people in your circle, in your life, on your socials. Clear out, mute, block, unfollow, do what you need to do. We don't have time for things that are triggering us. You can't do that. You need to literally reflect, clear, take inventory, and clear your physical space. Do some cleaning, adjust your wardrobe, whatever you need to do, throw stuff away, donate stuff, clear out your camera roll, all of these things, just all this clutter, all this baggage, all this that's in your mind space. You have to clear it. You have to clear it to make room for what is to come, and good things are coming. Part of reflection is to help you with your mindset. Realize that you can do this, because why not? have some faith in the what if it works out. What if 2024 is my year? Not like, why don't, if you had the choice, why would you choose to approach it like, man, 2024 is probably going to be rough, but we'll see how it goes. Like, what if it's going to be a great year for you? What if it's going to be the year that you finally get your yes, that you finally get that thing you've been striving for? What if it's the year that you reach your goals and you cross things off the list? Like, you have to approach things with grateful anticipation, with expectancy, with positivity. You have to approach it that way, because so many other things are rooting on your downfall. You cannot be one of them. You can't. And for some of us, it might seem impossible. I'm here to tell you it's not impossible. It might be hard, but you can do hard things. You'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. I'll be fine. We're gonna be fine. You have to keep the promises you make to yourself. That's how you build self-confidence, build trust within yourself. If you have these goals, what is stopping you? Really reflect on what's stopping you. Are you waiting for somebody else to do it? Are you mad at the world that things are just this way? Are you mad at your family? Are you mad at your significant other or the lack thereof? Are you mad at friends? Are you mad at society? Are you sad with something? Are you disappointed that it didn't go out a certain way? Like, whatever that may be, you have to let that go. And honestly, it is what it is. Now, that sounds a little like blah, 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 and I agree with that, but it's like, you can't change certain things. They did what they did to you. They didn't do what they didn't do to you. You wish it was this, you wish it was that. Take it for what it is, accept what it is, and then move forward. If it's something that's in your power to control, then that's what you do. But you can't be stuck on the coulda, shoulda, woulda, oh, I wish this, oh, this is not fair. It's not fair. It's not. But that's not going to help you. Sitting and sulking has gotten you nowhere. It's gotten you to have the same goals on your list for decades, for years, for whatever the case may be. So if you can relate to any of that at all, and I feel like at some point, some level, it's relatable to somebody. Maybe I'm just talking to myself, but like, it sucks. I'm here with you. I recognize it shouldn't have been that way. You deserve better. If they'd never apologized, let me apologize on their behalf. Sorry for the things that nobody apologized for. I'm sorry, because I wish somebody would apologize to me for the things nobody's apologized for. Let's receive that. Let's have a moment. Let's heal. Let's take a breath. And let's let it go. Release the control. Okay. It is what it is. Now let's tighten up and see what we can do. What's in our control? What can we do to get to where we need to be? You feel me? Recognize your triggers. For me, Instagram has been really triggering lately. I don't know what's going on, but everything has been triggering me. I'm just too chronically online. I'm peeping things I don't want to peep. I'm seeing engagement every day, baby every day, marriage every day, travel every day. I'm like, I gotta take a break. And it's really hard as a content creator to take a break. But the thing is, y'all will still be here. I'll still be here. I'm still gonna be posting on YouTube and TikTok, but I really think Instagram might have to go. And it's like, I literally am required to post on Instagram for some brands, so I'll be here and there and I'll be in and out, but I have to keep me first. I have to put me first. And it's like, if something is triggering you, you need a break. Social media is so, yeah, it's so, and it's so crazy for me to say that as a content creator, but I have to be realistic with y'all. I'm not trying to via Instagram, like, cut it. Some of the beliefs you have are literally not even yours. They're from the media, they're from society, they're from your mom or your dad or your friends or your ex or whoever. Like, you have to address these things and let them go. Let it go so that you can start the year with faith, with hope, with love, with anticipation, with positivity, with optimism. We always say faith without works is dead. So if you've been doing the work, maybe it's time to check your faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, faith without works is dead. Okay, so you're doing the work, but do you really believe that it's possible for you? Do you really have a positive outlook on it? Do you really visualize yourself at the end goal being successful? That's something to think about, because with some of my goals, I'm like, I'm working. And sometimes you're not even working. So it's like, okay, are you really working, or are you just talking about the work? Are you just planning the work? Are you just fantasizing about doing the work or becoming your best self? Like, are you doing the work? Yes? Okay, cool. Do you really believe? And if you believe, check and see if you're doing the work. And if you're doing both, then props to you. Let me get like you, okay? That's all I wanted to say. Definitely fill yourself with positivity. I also lately have been really feeling like I just feel so much better when I start the day with gospel music. So that's gonna be something that I definitely do in the new year. I've also been meaning to affirm myself. Like, reflection and fixing your mindset is the first step to making 2024 your year. And so that means uplifting my spirit. That means listening to gospel. That means starting my day with God. That means saying my affirmations. That's something I used to do so well. And it's like, when you don't have a strong self of like, I am this, not just I am beautiful, I am loved, like whatever works for you, but like intentional affirmations that are catered to you specifically, that are not just like random like lies that you don't believe yet, but like things that are actually true about you. When you start to say those things over and over, your brain doesn't realize whether or not you believe them yet, so it just becomes like the internal soundtrack. You want it to be positive, because if you don't have that already in you, whatever anybody says can just come in and take root, and we don't have time for that in 2024. So yeah, if there's a book you've been meaning to try, I just got The Mountain Is You, from recommended by my girl Shamari. Super excited. It's about self-sabotage, turning that into self-mastery, which is something I need to work on. Y'all know, read Atomic Habits, loved it, great read, definitely recommend. It's just like, you have to get your mind right. So now that we've talked about all of that, we're gonna talk about planning, okay? Period. So the second step of how we're going to make 2024 our year is to plan. A lot of people get stuck in the planning phase. It's me, I'm a lot of people. I want you to plan, but you can't stay there. But we do have to plan, because if you fail to plan to fail. Like, come on. To me, planning is setting my goals. Like, once I reflect and I am able to see my wins, my losses, like, I can literally just see like, okay, I want to do this more. Like, I want to become this more. Or like, I want to do this more. Like, those are your goals. Vision boarding is something that I love. I love seeing the vision and seeing things come together. Making a monthly vision board as opposed to a whole overarching yearly one has been a game changer for me. Another shameless plug, if you don't know how to make a vision board, I got you. I literally make them. You can book me. You just like compile the photos and I'll like make them in a collage for you. But a vision board is like, you know, it's just something cute and I love it. And it literally, like, having it be on my screensaver, like, it's a reminder. And then it's so cool to look back and see how things like come together for me. So definitely recommend. Also, you know, vision board, prayer board, like whatever you want to do, like, just have the vision, make it plain and make it seen and make it cute so that you do it. You know what I'm saying? Routine building, y'all. 2024 is the year I'm finally triumphant in building a routine. That's been on my list for God knows how long. Routines are the cornerstone of a successful person. I feel like that's the quote. Like, not having a routine, being your own boss, something that people don't talk about enough, is like, when you don't have a routine, you can just gallivant. I don't have to go to bed early because I can wake up later, and then I can go to the gym, and then before I know it, it's 1 o'clock, and then I have to do my job, and then it's 6 o'clock, and then it's like, oh, maybe I want to go skating today, but maybe I want to hang out with my friends today. But it's like, you need a routine. So building a routine is going to be key. It brings order, it brings structure, and structure is the key to achieving your goals. Physically writing it down has also been a game changer for me. I don't know what it is, because I'm a very much digital girly. Like, physically writing down my goals has been a game changer, so I definitely recommend that. It seems more digestible to put pen to paper, and I love a good, like, crossing things off the list, like seeing how things have come to fruition for me. Like, that is so beautiful, and I definitely recommend. I can get super overwhelmed sometimes with all the thoughts and all the things and all the plans and all the goals that I have for myself, so writing them down, getting them out of my head and onto paper is really, like, it's really important to me. Plan, build out your routines, your ideal day in the life, your schedule, your non-negotiables, your weekly tasks, and break it down. You can have daily things, you can have weekly, you can have monthly, you can have quarterly, and obviously like yearly. This is a yearly. I'm in the routine of planning for my year 2 weeks before the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a woman of routine. Let me say that now. I'm not going to become one. I am a woman of routine, and that is going to be a game changer for me in 2024. I definitely recommend for you too. We're not even going to talk too much about planning because, like I said, we cannot get stuck there. So let's talk about execution, because a lot of us get stuck in the planning, and then a lot of us get to the execution part and then do it for like 2 days, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is not working, I'm quitting. So we're going to nip that in the bud. Let's talk about actually executing on the plan. We've reflected, we've planned, now it's time to execute. Just start. Start before you're ready. Start before you're perfect. Start before you have all the tools. Start. This is coming out on the 17th. Monday the 18th is officially 2 weeks until the first of the year. So my new year starts on December 18th. I'm going to be showing up as my highest self, as my best self, starting to build those routines, getting back into the consistency of the gym, getting back on my content group, skating, dancing, doing what I want to do that my best self does. Like, that is what I want to do. That's what I see for myself. And because I want it to last, I'm getting a head start now. Because why would I wait? If you really want this, if you really, really want this, why are you waiting? Yes, it's the holiday season. Nobody's telling you to not celebrate and be merry and be with family and give thanks. Nobody's telling you to not do that. But also, like, stop making excuses. Stop using that as a cop-out. Like, it's a cop-out. I'm so sorry. We have to be for real. There's a balance. Again, give yourself grace. Have fun. Be merry. But why are you using that as an excuse to not do anything? At least do a little bit of like, okay, these are the top 10 things I want to do in the next year. Like, do something. Something. That's all. Like, you don't even need to be all like, maybe having a 2-week trial period of 2024 2 weeks early is a little bit like, it's kind of doing a lot. But it's like, it's just like, why would you not? You know what I'm saying? You have to build the habits. It takes 3 weeks. So I really should have started this last week to build a habit before the new year. But it's like, at least I'm starting now. You have to get into the routine. You have to do it so that you can adjust. You have to get into it. Work on your non-negotiables. Every morning, every day, it's not going to be perfect. But what is the basic things that you're always going to do? You know, build that out and start experimenting with that. There's no better time than the present. It's time to execute. I have to, like, it's the holiday season, so it's a challenge to eat healthy, but I'm committed to my wellness. So, like, I'm lessening my eating out and I'm meal prepping again. I'm juicing. I'm planning out my meals in my high protein, high fiber, healthy girl era, which is gonna last forever. I'm doing that now. I'm gonna be researching a good workout split, like planning that and planning those workouts now. Also, y'all, whatever motivates you, right? So this is not the best way to think, but y'all, I don't want anybody confusing me with a new year, new me gym goer. So I'm going to assert my dominance in the gym 2 weeks before the new year, so y'all know. And it's like, I've been in there. I mean, I see the same people I go every time I go, but I be kind of going in the middle of the day. So now that I'm becoming a woman of a routine who wakes up earlier and goes to bed earlier, I have to show that crowd, that time frame of people who go at that time, that I've been there, I've been on, okay? Because y'all not about to look me up and down and be like, oh, here's this girl just clogging up the gym for the new year. She gonna be gone in 2 weeks. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I think that's the phrase. Like, come on, like, start now. Don't let nobody play with you. Are you kidding? Please. I want to leave the house looking good, feeling better. That means keeping my hair done. So I need to make a hair schedule so I can work with my hairstylist to get my hair done on the regular. Have my lashes done, keep my nails done. Like, when I look good, I feel good, and that's so important to me. It's such a vicious cycle. Like, in 2024, I'm going to look good no matter how I'm feeling, and I pray that it's always, or for the most part, is joy and peace and love. But like, I am going to look good all the next year, period. I just want to look put together, and I feel like matching set will do it every time. So time to execute. It's time to start showing up as the baddie that I am this year, because why not? Show up now. There's not gonna be no switch up on the new year. I've been on this. That's the thing. You have to start. Execution is a matter of starting, okay? So once you start, you gotta keep going. So let's talk about persistence, which is the 4th step. We've reflected, we have planned, and now we're executing. Now you have to stay consistent. You have to persist. There's going to be a time where you're not motivated. The new year energy wears off. Now it's Valentine's Day and you in your feelings because bop, 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 and you, oh, mad at the world. Then it's March. What is it? What be happening? March showers? No, it's April showers, actually. So March is like spring, and I don't know, like, it's spring break, and maybe you can't go on vacation, and now you're like, no, there's always going to be something every day, every month that is going to be competing for your joy, for your mind, for your peace. You can't let it win. And some days are going to be better than others. Some days are going to be easier than others to fight. You have to keep on showing up. You can't let up. I owe it to myself. I found myself in a space where I'm trying to, I say this all the time, but it's like, I'm at my wit's end, y'all. I'm at my wit's end when it comes to certain things in my life where it's like, it's now or never. At a certain point, you have to decide, this is not what I'm about to keep on going through. And it's like, you're gonna keep on going through it unless you persist, unless you're consistent. And now when I reflect, I went to a YouTube event, which is another video that's coming up, like how to be a successful paid like content creator, YouTuber, whatever. If you're excited for that, definitely like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, tap in. But it's just like, when I went to that event, they were talking about the power of consistency and how consistency in the YouTube space specifically is 6 to 8 months. I was consistent this year, and at the 8-9 month mark, that's when I saw growth. That's when I went from like 800 to 3,000 subscribers, like at the most random time, but I was consistent. So I'm like, if I can be consistent with content creation, I can be consistent with my workout routine. I can be consistent with this, that, and the third. It's like, persist. You cannot give up. You cannot let the weight of the world and the way society works and just the drama, the noise, the BS, you cannot let that win. You have to persist. I know it's hard. We deal with things. Mental health is super important on those days where you can't get up. I pray you have good people in your corner who are rooting for you, who are uplifting you. I also, you know, I believe in God, and I'm really gonna have to lean on him and his strength and his power next year, every day, every year, but especially next year, because there's so much that I want to do. And obviously when you're on the brink of a breakthrough, of a blessing, there's like a lot. And so we obviously are not claiming any of that, but we already know we have the victory. The triumph is ours already, but it's just like, you have to persist. You have to keep going. You cannot let up. It's the year of not letting up. It's the year of tightening up and not letting up. It's the year of triumph. It's the year of victory. And no matter what, we have to persist. You have to. You have to. Because you're entering a new era, and nobody talks about the discomfort of when you're entering a new era, like no longer being the person that you once were. Like, it's a lot of shedding, it's a lot of learning and unlearning, and that is so hard. Realizing that you have been the only person holding you back, that you have been your worst enemy, is so embarrassing. It's so annoying, and it's so hard. On the other side of that is beauty, it's success, it's triumph, it's victory. It's finally reaching your goals on the other side of persistence and consistency. So let the weight of the world and the baggage and the labels, let it fall off of you, and just be, and just do, and just persist, and you will be so surprised at how you can succeed just by doing that. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited because there's so many things. Like, I've given way too much power to other people and their opinions and social media, and even people in my family, people in my, not my circle, but like friends, family. Like, there's so many things that people can call you, that can say to you, that you never forget. Things that are, you know, always, not always, but like they've taken space up in my heart, on my mind, that it's just like, finally having the power to let it go is so rewarding. And like, finally realizing that I'm going to be consistent, that I'm going to persist through that, and I'm going to succeed. It's a game changer. So I'm super excited for you, and I'm super excited for myself, because that is the game changer right there in and of itself. Like, nobody's saying you have to give 100% every day. That's the ideal, but there's gonna be days where you only have, I think the quote is like, on days where you only have 40% of yourself to give, and you give 40%, that's giving it your all. You're not gonna be high energy every day. You're not gonna be motivated every day. You're gonna be angry sometimes. You're gonna be annoyed. You're gonna be sad. You're gonna be like, dang, this isn't working. But if you keep showing up, if you're stronger than your emotions, you'll succeed. And that's what I want for myself, and that's what I will have for myself, and that's what I want for you. So let's make it happen in 2024. Again, we've reflected, we've planned, we've executed, and we're being consistent, we're persisting. The last step, y'all, is to document. You have to. It's a game changer. So let's talk about that. The last step is documenting, okay? As a content creator, I do this naturally now. Documenting your progress is so important. You don't have to share it with the world. It's more than just for, like, you know, the obvious example is, if you're on a fitness journey of any kind, you want to take pictures because pictures speak louder than the number on the scale. Or you want to take videos so you can improve your form. It's so important to have a physical, like, documentation, evidence of what you're doing, so that you can learn from it and you can be better. With content creation, literally what I'm doing is documenting my journey. One day I'm probably gonna look back at this chit chat and be like, girl, you should have done this better, or this should have done da. Like, you get to look back and see what you've done, what worked, what didn't work, what you could do better. Like, it's not always like that. Like, sometimes it's just good to have. It's great. You're romanticizing the journey, you're documenting it, you're keeping it. Like, the journey is beautiful. When you fall in love with the journey, you'll succeed. And like, to have documentation of that is priceless, because this is you. This is your story. This is your journey. This is your success story. You want the pictures. You want the videos. You want the journal entries. Like, it's all for the plot. It's all for the plot, and it's gonna be a beautiful plot. You should document it all, okay? Because we're so quick to forget where we come from, what we started with. Like, document the journey. It's a game changer. It's also good for self-accountability, because you can be like, I went to the gym like, what, 5 times this week? And then you look at your rings and you realize, oh, I only worked out 3 times. Like, it keeps you accountable, because sometimes our brains like overinflate what we do, or kind of like undermine what we do. So just having an accurate record based on documentation is just such a game changer, in my opinion. People need to see you in the during, in the before. You're worthy of being seen. You're worthy of taking up space. You're worthy of sharing it, because it's all valuable. Somebody needs to see you start, because maybe that's what they need. I struggled with this in the beginning with content creation. I was like, man, I'm living at home. I don't live in the aesthetic high rise. Like, I don't want to really record. Somebody needs to see you making your content living at home in their 20s, because they feel like they can't do it. And who knows who they'll reach with their content, who they'll inspire, just because you did it and then they do it. And then it's a chain reaction. Like, just share. You never know who needs to see you, who is going to get a blessing, who's going to feel loved, who's going to get some positivity out of it. Like, social media is so impactful, and we need each other. We need each other. We need to root each other on. And I know it can be draining. It can be daunting, because somebody's always going to have something to say, but we're not worried about the naysayers. We're not worried about the 1% hating. We're worried about the 99% who are for us. So don't even worry about that. It's just another layer, just another reason. Like, it's inspiring no matter what stage you're in. I'm inspired by you. If you're a pro, I'm inspired by you. I'm trying to get like you. If you're in the middle, I respect you, because I'm right here with you. If you're a beginner, props, because you're on it, and you could reach the final goal before any of us. Like, you never know. Like, everybody's journey is so different, and that is just so beautiful. And seeing all of that is priceless. You won't become the master of anything unless you're willing to be the beginner. And as somebody who is gifted and intelligent and enjoys being perfect at things, the first time it's really, really hard. Like, from the bottom now, it's so beautiful to see. Like, you love that when you see the progress and you're like, wow. Because we really forget. We're always striving for the next level. Oh, I need to do better at this. I need to learn this. Like, look at where you started at. Look at how you started, and you'll have so much more appreciation for the journey, for your progress. Like, it's beautiful to see, and something that I would recommend, because our minds can be our greatest enemy, our biggest ops. Don't be your own op in 2024. Root yourself on. Be proud of yourself at every stage, because you're worthy of that at every stage. And I'm talking to myself, because that's something I really struggle with. Just this idea that I have to be this, that, and the third at my final form to be finally worth certain things. Like, I'm worth it now, period. Like, please. We're not doing the self-deprecating down talk. We're not doing that. We're not doing it in 2024. There's gonna be times where it's gonna happen, but we're not staying there. We're not staying there. We're rising up. We're standing up. We're getting back on our Zoom. We're getting back on the grind. We are succeeding, and it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. I'm so excited, because there's just something about the energy of the new year, about January. It's a new clean slate. It's hope. That's what we need. Like, that's what we need. Whenever you see this video, whenever this pops up on your feed, if you're at this point, you know I love you. We are locked in. Like, just do it. I'm really rooting for you, and I hope and I pray and I wish you the best for this year, because this is your year. This is your time. This is your moment. Like, don't spend another year. We don't want to be reflecting on 2024 in a year's time and be like, wow, like, it could have been my year, but I don't know what happened. Like, don't let this be a year like the rest of the years. Make it better. Make it different. Like, there's something different. I feel it. I feel it, y'all. I feel it. And I'm really not one of those new year, new me type girls. Like, I'm really not, but I really feel like this is the year of victory, of the yeses, of triumph. Like, finally, after countless failures or setbacks, like, this is the year of the bounce back. This is the year of the triumph, of the victory, of the finally, my turn, I win. Yes, like, it's that time. And I'm so excited for you, for myself, for my friends, for my family, for my loved ones. Like, everybody I know and I touch is winning. So, I don't know. You either with me or what? Okay, so document your progress. Make sure you check in on it. You know, I'm so blessed for my friendship with Nelly. You know, you've seen her on the channel. Definitely subscribe to her. We do like a weekly check-in. How are we feeling about our goals? What did we actually do on our list? Like, have somebody that you can check in with. If it's not weekly, maybe it's bi-weekly, maybe it's monthly. Even if it's quarterly, like check in. And if you don't have somebody, do it with yourself or do it with me in a reset video. Like, check in on your goals, really tighten up, because you don't want to just say you're going to do all these things and never check in on your progress. Like, if you said I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day and then you haven't done that in 2 weeks, be like, okay, maybe not 5, let's shoot for 6, or let's shoot for 7. Like, checking in on your goals, actually being accurate. Don't fudge the numbers. Don't say you're doing something when you're not. Like, be realistic with yourself. It's okay. Everything is like, you have to give yourself your flowers, but be like, okay, let's switch this, let's pivot this, let's adjust this. And that's those little things, being real with yourself, holding yourself and holding others accountable, giving yourself grace, but applying that pressure, reflecting, planning, executing, persisting, and documenting is the game changer. 2024 is ours. It's mine, it's yours, it's ours, it's our turn, it's our time, it's our season. And I'm so excited because there's something that's just telling me it's going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. I believe that, I receive that, and I say it for you too, because it's just time. It's actually overdue. I don't have anything else to say. There's been so many times where we've been our biggest ops, where we've been, you know, down like, oh dang, like, oh, I knew this, that, this. Like, we're not doing that. We're not feeding into rejection. We're not, you know, being our worst enemies. We're being our biggest fans, our biggest cheerleaders. We're loving ourselves through every part of the process in the stage, because we're worth that in every stage. You are literally enough. Just start. If you're seeing this, just start. Be 1% better than you were today, tomorrow. Like, just start. Just do it. Stop thinking, start doing. Plan, but start to execute. Be persistent no matter what comes your way. Keep showing up. You owe it to yourself, and I know that you're gonna make yourself proud, because I'm gonna make myself proud. We're gonna make ourselves proud. So yeah, I've been talking. I really hope that this video was beneficial. If you're here, I hope that you got a great gem, you know, a tidbit, a blessing from it. I really just want to be a light in this space. I want to show love, and I'm just so grateful for the platform, and I can't wait to grow. I have lots of goals. I see great things in store for myself on here in 2024, in real life as well. Like, I'm just really excited, and so I hope that my joy is infectious and my positivity. I'm so excited. I really am. And so if nobody else is excited for you and nobody else is rooting for you, know that I am. Know that it's much love always. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Got this. See you in the next video. Ooh. Get on your Zoom. It was all